Right. Good evening, afternoon or morning whenever I put this up and whenever you see it. This is the old TikTak Cash reels are out, so we're giving them a little whatever. We're going to have to put all the wire in, and the looms are going to have tape to be taped up, or the what are those bloody things called? Those things. Anyway, so we're going to cable ties. That would be what they are. Yeah, so give this a little clean. I suspect inside underneath is going to be worse, but we'll got a nice clean cloth here, so we'll see what colour it is in a minute. Right, there wasn't actually too much shit on there, to be fair, on the outside. A little bit sort of mucky, but not too bad. Just hot soapy water, sponge, soft side, unless you get some beer or something, and then just gently use that, or if there's something a bit whatever stuck in the side or something. But don't use that too heavy because it will scratch the reels. But the fruits don't come off very easy, so you don't have to worry about that as long as you're not rough with it. And we'll have a little look inside. Now we have got a bit of discoloration on the reels. Each reel's got a little section. You can see that there's a little sort of that's discoloured there. That bit up until the bottom of that orange, or halfway through that orange. That's where the reels were left in the sun somewhere or another for a while, or it was left switched on with just those reels in position and not played for ages and ages. And the bulbs did it, one of the two. That's the other bit, that's the other three. But that's not too bad. There's nowhere near like a revolution that the reels were actually melted in, because it was left in a conservatory in part of the COVID situation. And I kept saying to the people, is it covered? Yeah, it's covered. It wasn't covered. And I ended up finding a new set of reels for Revolution, so I've sort of got a spare set if I needed them. They're just a bit melted and a bit dark in places. Right, we're going to do behind the reel. This won't be that colour in a minute. It is yellow, by the way. It's not a white cloth. That's only doing a couple of sections. Now, to save taking it apart or whatever, there is a gap here, and as long as you're careful, you can get in around it and give it a clean like that. You've got to be careful with those ridges, because if you get too much water on your cloth, it seeps up in between those bits, and you don't really want to be taking those reel bands off, but you would see drips in behind, so only slightly damp. Give them a little bit of a whatever from inside. The middle reel is a pain in the ass, but get your little finger or whatever. Yeah, look, that's mine. That can go in there. Look, it's my index finger, so there's plenty of room there. And that's how you get to clean inside the reels of those without taking them apart. And if you've got to change the bulbs or whatever, you can sort of get to them. You can unscrew this screw a bit and move it about a bit more without having to take this apart. Anyway, so I'll bring you back to that. But there's not much to bring you back for. That's just a little update, and that's another section of the machine being done. Well, that's the dirt off the inside of just the first reel. But I mean, if I have had the machine working, so there is a video from back along of it actually working, so you don't notice it much, but when you put one side the other, you'll notice the bulbs shining through there so much brighter, and it looks like yeah, proper smart and shiny again. I've ended up using my little finger on the end of the cloth there, so, and it is filthy, this middle one, but you know, don't be rough with it or whatever, because if you split this bloody plastic, it's not that strong, being 30-year-old and hot half of its life. And you can split these reel bands as well if you're not careful, so be very careful when you're doing this bit. Well, as if you ever have to do it. It's a jackpot. Shout to Chris217. Not that he's on the channel, but shout to you anyway. And shout to Mr. Hardy and Guru Juss. Check those boys out if you've not been on the James Hardy Fruit Machine channel. I'm sure most of you guys have that are on here. into the retro slot side of things, especially. Who else? There was somebody else I was whatever to shout to, but oh, Magic, yes, he's been fixing these M1 boards for the Maygame machines, yeah. So he's been doing a cracking job, and yeah, he's a bit of a genius actually. From getting some of this stuff he's got working that I've seen, yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is all the. That's the 2 reels. That's not even 3 reels, but I won't bore you with the dirt from the first reel as well. I might as well, mightn't I? I'll just put it on pause, bring you back 2 seconds.